And welcome to another brand new episode of Live FX Trading with your host, Peeling Mindset. Welcome to another brand new episode. So we are live on YouTube. So it's actually going pretty well. So checking the system for the first few minutes of the stream, and let's just see. Let's just see if everything is up and running. It looks like the market's moving with a lot of volume today. So hopefully we can catch some trade here. Looks like pound yen has hit that 153.240 sort of a target from yesterday. I mean, 153.240 was yesterday's New York target for me, and looks like that has been achieved throughout today's London movement. And looks like the current 2-hour candle is actually looking pretty good. So the current 2-hour candle is going to close in the next 22 minutes. And is above 153.240, which is a good sign because we just recently broke this 2-hour resistance. And looks like 153.445 is going to be hit. The way it's moving, I think that level is going to be hit here, 100%. That's what I think. All right, so opening up my trading terminal at the same time. Bum. Let's just open up my terminal. Pound yen, pretty bullish. Pretty bullish. Pound yen. Previous 4-hour candle closed bullish. The current 4-hour candle has made a decent wick on the bottom and is moving up very close to this 4-hour resistance. I think 153.445 will be hit. So hopefully, if the price is going to retrace in the coming hours and is going to make some sort of support, maybe I'll look into scaling into selling sort of a situation, scaling into buying sort of a situation. But right now, market is pretty hot. And you don't want to step in when the market is hot. Rather, you want to take entries or look to grab opportunities when there's proper signs. I mean, on an hourly time frame, if this hourly candle finally closes bullish, showing us that, you know what, 153.240 is a new support area. If the next candle retraces after the candle close and the low taps this area, tapping the support area and starts flipping bullish, maybe that could be an entry opportunity. But from 153.240 to 153.445, the range is only about 18 pips. 18 to 19 pips, and right now the price is so close to 153.445. So we'd love to see how the price is going to react around this area. This 4-hour area is actually an important rejection area, because look at this. If I have to make the chart naked, you will see clearly that from the order flow, from the most recent order flow, and also looking at the left-hand side traffic, right? So let me bring my annotation tool here. Look at this. Look at the way the price has been acting around this 153.400 sort of area. This price level is something to keep in mind. 153.400. Price has been rejecting off of this level, interacting with the level several times. Once, twice, several times, right? Now, if price is going to react in a similar fashion like before, where the price just pushed down and rejected it one more time, so push down, right? So this was a heavy rejection area. I think this is a higher time frame rejection area too, not only 4-hour, but maybe even higher. Let's just check if this is a monthly or a daily sort of a level. All right, on a monthly, ooh, look at this. This monthly candle has one more day left for its close, and the monthly candle is flipping like almost bullish here. So the monthly candle pushed down in its first half, pushed all the way down about 500 pips, and in its last half or in its final stages, it's actually rejecting the bottom, and it has moved all the way up. So all this 500 pips movement on the downside turned out to be liquidity grab, potential liquidity, and nothing except for a chance for institutions to enter for a higher push. I mean, when institutions enter in any sort of price level, they are going to drive the price in some sort of direction. And pound yen has been bullish for some time. So this current monthly candle flipping bullish is only going to be signs for us that, you know what, maybe the next monthly candle is going to follow some of the characteristics from this current monthly candle's close. So I'm desperately waiting for this candle to close. And in the next 2 days, when the month of August is going to start, it's going to be really, really interesting. Because if this monthly candle is a liquidity month where it's grabbing all this liquidity respecting support, I mean, I'm expecting the next candle to bust up. I'm definitely expecting the next candle to bust up. If not the next monthly candle, the other monthly candle. So we will definitely see how that's gonna work. Obviously, on a weekly sort of a time frame, this candle is very close to this weekly rejection area, right? But look at the way, how the daily candle is. Daily candle has broken this daily resistance, very close to this daily another daily rejection. So apparently 153,400, 153,500. Let's say 153,500 is a daily rejection area. And from the current price, it's in about 13 pips range, which is not that appealing, to be honest. If you ask me, not that appealing. So basically, what I would want to see is in one of the most ideal situation, I would want to see pound yen retracing a little bit lower, making a high. Obviously, this is the high for today's daily candle, which is very obvious to see. I mean, anybody can see that. So what I would want to see is prices moving up, making structures, right? Now, I would want to see something like this before entering a buy. I would want to see this. I would want to see another higher low. I want to see a high. I want to see a higher low. And I will take a trade where I am only anticipating that the high will be tested. So this is going to be my trade. For now, the candle is just at a new high. And do I really want to buy at a new high? Maybe no. The answer is going to be simply no. Because I am a structure trader. I need the market structure to kind of be sensible. I mean, if I was to take a trade, I've missed a trade already. If I was to take a trade, I've missed a trade already. So maybe I would have taken a trade once this 15-minute candle closed above 153.240 on a 30-minute time frame. That 15-minute time frame was a support formed within this 30-minute time frame. So that would have given me a strong bias, at least a structural bias. And alongside with volume pre-New York, I would have scale into buys. But right now, it's too late for me to take a buy. It has moved up, right? Yeah, it's pretty interesting right now. Pretty interesting. And the gold was moving up too. If I remember, gold is moving up. Is it moving up, gold? Yep. Gold is moving up. Gold is moving up. Gold is moving up. Mr. Gold is moving up. Oh my God. 4-hour candles finishing bullish. No signs of bearish candles here in gold. In the most recent price action, turns out that, you know what, this is a very strong support level. The strength of this support level is very strong. The prices are holding on to that level. Look at this. So if I actually have to draw this support area in a much more sensible way, this whole price band is a strong support area. The strength of this support area, look at this. Price is just holding up in this area. Look at the way it's been rejecting off of this area, right? Several times price is rejecting this big band. So it looks like the strength is pretty high. And what I know is for a fact, if these candles are rejecting this price level, if price has to push down in some sort of trend in the next monthly candle or whatever, if the candles are to move down, because this band was so strong, if the candles are to break this level to push down, it's going to retest this level at least once before moving down. That's something I know by experience. If it's to push down, but if the candles are pushing up, I mean, right now it's not showing any signs of bearish movement, any bearish, I would say, sentiment. But obviously, if the candles are to push down after retesting this level several times, it's going to retest after the break. It's definitely going to retest this level at least once before heading down and hitting the targets. Because on a daily time frame, I was expecting gold to move down, and it's just pushing up right now. The way it's pushing, I mean, to be honest, I don't like the way it's pushing. I really don't like the way it's pushing. If we start breaking above, I would say 1829, 1829 sort of a level. If we start breaking above 1829 sort of a level, there is a clear traffic on the upside, man. So we will see. We will see what's going to happen. 1829 from a daily sort of a perspective. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase everything in gold. Let's just draw everything fresh, right? So let's just draw and do a fresh, brand new analysis. So if candle starts breaking 1829, there's a clear traffic on a daily sort of a perspective. Now, for me, this was a really strong support area before. This was a pretty strong support area as a reference, this one. And right now, the price is above all these candles, above all these bearish candles, above the previous daily candles high. And the momentum is pretty bullish. Pretty bullish right now. There's a proper support being formed, a daily support, and the candles are moving up. From a monthly perspective, look at this. The monthly candle is still bullish, and it's going to close in the next 2 days. So if this candle is going to flip bearish, it's going to be it's going to be lit. It's going to be lit. If this monthly candle flips bearish, but if this monthly candle stays bullish, man, have to watch out for further more bullish momentum, right? That's something to keep in mind. But in the other hand, if you look into weekly candle, look at this. This weekly candle is coming to a close in the next 2 days. Obviously, in Friday, tomorrow. This weekly candle is coming to a close on Friday, and there is a chance this weekly candle could actually flip bearish because it hasn't broken the previous weekly candle's high yet. There are still some percentages, some chances for this candle to flip bearish, right? And again, at the same time, we have, I think we have the CPI news today. Is it CPI? Is it CPI or something? I think it is CPI. So we have this advanced GDP, advanced GDP quarterly news, and so I think this is CPI, isn't it? No, only GDP. GDP, yep, gross domestic product. And when was the CPI happening? Oh, this was on the Friday. On Friday, we have the CPI. So hopefully CPI on Friday is going to move the market somewhere. And today, 30 minutes after the market open, we have this advanced GDP. Maybe that's going to influence the goals, the goals sort of appear in some sort of direction. So I would love to see if the candles will start flipping bearish, because in an overall time frame, in an overall sense, I wanted to see gold being bearish so bad, because we have all this clear traffic on the left-hand side, on the downside. So we will see. We'll definitely see. But for today, the candles are pretty bullish. Candles are pretty bullish, and we are very close to this 4-hour rejection area. Now, if I have to note down the rejection area from the left-hand side, look at this, 1822. I would call it 1822.80. Yep, 1822.80 sort of a level. From here, from this level to all the way 1829 sort of a level, it's in about 50 pips of range. 50 pips of range. So I have to see at least a 2-hour or a 1-hour candle close above these area, above 1822.80 sort of area. That way I can try and scale into buy all the way to 1829. And this 2-hour candle is going to close in the next 9 minutes. And this is the most recent 2-hour support right here. Most recent 2-hour support. Price has been tapping that level several times before moving up. So it seems like this support is acting out. It's very bullish right now. Pretty bullish. Breaking the high, making a proper low, breaking the high, and it's just rejecting the bottom price. So just have to see at least an hourly candle close above 1822.80, just to see if there's any chance that the price can move up, right? So let's look at the hourly time frame and see what's happening on the hourly sort of a time frame. On the hourly time frame, the left-hand side traffic is a little bit funny, because this is the same area where the price actually rejected from pretty hard and moved all the way down in about 170 pips from that rejection. Not just 170 pips. Look at this. Look at this. How many pips was it? From here, rejection, price moved all the way down in about 320 pips. So after the rejection around the same area. So I'm going to tell you this, right? In the back of the head, you know what I'm saying to myself? I'm saying to myself that I think gold is going to push down. But what do I see? I see gold pushing up, making proper structure, making bullish structure, and it's pushing up. So what if the US advanced GDP and CPI tomorrow is actually going to flip the weekly candle bearish? Do you see what I'm talking about? If that is going to happen, man, we are going to somehow going to push the next monthly candle bearish as well, because it's going to copy that characteristics from the last closed candle. Right now, that is something to note down. Beginner traders out there, if you start noting down information like this, it's going to help you a lot. Now you can back test and see it for yourself, but I would love to see this weekly candle flipping bearish. That's what I want to see. And there is a higher chance. Why there is a higher chance? Because this 1822.80 sort of a level from a 4-hour perspective is a pretty strong rejection area. If not this level, 1829 is a daily area. So price has to reject off of some sort of level, right? If it's rejecting. I mean, it's breaking the levels. I mean, you can push up all the time. You can push up because there's clear traffic on the left-hand side. But this is the end of the month. And the monthly candle isn't looking that confident. Monthly candle is like a small little candle, right? Comparing to the other monthly candles, this is like a small little candle. If this is a support being formed, I mean, which is good, but for the next monthly candle to push up, I need the candle to make a low wick before moving up, right? Simple as that. So I kind of feel if the monthly candle or a weekly candle starts flipping bearish, it's just expected. It's just expected. 100% expected. That's my insight on gold. That is my insight on gold. And there has been a lot of optimism for USD bond and a lot of US instruments. So people are not saying that USD is doing bad. They're saying USD is doing good, pretty good. So if US dollar is doing good, gold is moving up right now. So hopefully it can actually start retracing, start rejecting the top, rejecting the 4-hour sort of a resistance to a daily sort of a resistance, and we will see some sort of bearish momentum. But right now, candles printing bullish, bullish, bullish. So I see candles moving up. Right now making my statement simple. Gold is showing bullish momentum, but what I think on a weekly sort of a visualization or a monthly sort of a visualization is I want to see candles flipping bearish. That's what I want to see. So we'll definitely see how this 4-hour candle is going to close. 2-hour candle is going to close. I mean, any of the 2-hour or 1-hour candle closing above 1822.80 is only going to give a sign for the next candle to push up all the way to 1829, which is a daily resistance. So I'm kind of keeping my bias still bullish, because for me to build a bearish bias, I need to see candles start closing below this gray area. That's what I need to see. I need to see candles closing below this 2-hour support. So this is going to be I would call this 18-15-50 for bearish sort of a scalping opportunities. I have to see candles closing below this area. Simple as that. Simple as that. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, 42 pips range. Interesting. Very interesting. Interesting. On YouTube, Nasir Anmari says, "Damn, I missed that GBPJPY at London session." Yeah, I did too. Hey Nasri, we don't have to dwell on what we missed out, bro. Actually, yeah, you kind of have to look at those missed trade as, you know what? If this was an opportunity, if this was a real opportunity, I could have taken. I mean, what could I have done right? That's something you have to ask yourself. And look at the chart and tell yourself that where could you have entered or where could you have done the right thing? And journal that and look at the same idea several times, and you will see that, you know what, maybe next time when it's going to happen, maybe I'm going to execute, or this is going to be the same opportunity. At that time, I'm not going to hesitate on taking or something, right? Now, look at this. Look at the way the previous 15-minute candles are rejecting 1822.80. Rejection, rejection, rejection. So this was the first candle that managed to close above 1822.80. And right now, these candles are retracing. As long as price starts breaking below this support area, closes below, there could be chances for an early sell. But overall trend today, in today's market, gold has been pretty bullish in today's market. So obviously, have to make a decision, right? For now, there's nothing happening. To take a buy, need to see a proper support. There's a 30-minute support up here, but to take a buy, I have to see candles closing above 1822.80. Simple as that. Simple as that. And Nasir says, yes, I know, brother. I just usually observe a pre-London session every day, but I missed it today due to urgent matter. I mean, yeah, that's just as fine. Nasri, because at the end of the day, you're not changing your lifestyle for Forex, right? I mean, you have to adjust your Forex with your lifestyle. You don't need to worry. Don't worry, because the same opportunity is going to happen next time. But the next time, you have to be on alert. You have to be like, you know what, man, I saw this happen. Now I'm experienced, and this is something I've been reading for some while. So why not? Let's just execute on it. All right, now look at this. Look at the way the GJ is moving up, right? Beautiful. I think 153.445 is going to be hit here. 153.445 is going to be hit. The way it's moving up. I mean, the channel has been broken. It's above the channel right now. Price engaged with the channel several times. Look at this. Look at the way it engaged with the channel several times. And it's pushing up nice and steady. Now, in relation to channel, this is something I can say, right? This is something I've seen over time. Now, for the candles in GJ to push down, I need to see candles closing below 153.015 or inside this channel. Once candle starts returning inside the channel, I would start thinking that, you know what, maybe the market can push down. So if the market is going to push down after all this heavy push in today's market, in today's market from around Asian session, look at this. So this was the push in Asian session. Candles started pushing up. Oh, pushing up. And London session, what happened around London session? London session, push up. So today's market in GJ was pretty bullish. So there is no name for retracement. There hasn't been any relief rally. So hopefully around New York session, we will see that relief rally. Right? A relief rally will be something like this. And maybe the price is going to drive up. But in the other hand, if candle starts closing below this level, I'm only going to start building bias for sell at that point in time. Because we do have clear traffic on the left-hand side too, right? So we will see. We'll definitely see. Right now, there isn't anything I can do in GJ. It's just bullishing up, and it's at a very it's at a pretty strong high, right? It's very high. And I usually what I trade is I trade the structure. I mean, the structure is there, and I usually trade a retracement. So this sort of retracement is something I trade, and that makes sense, right? Now the range to 153.445 is also not enough for me. 18, 11, 12. I mean, 18 and above is okay. But anything below 15 is not a good range to trade. So I'm kind of staying away from GJ at this point in time, unless the price retraces pretty heavy with a relief rally and moves up around the next volume time. I will be thinking twice. So the current 4-hour candle is bullish, moving up very close to this 4-hour resistance. And for furthermore bullish bias, I have to see candles closing above 153.445. There's a clear traffic on the left hand side, but again, in the other in a overall sense, look at the way how the price has been performing in this area, right? So if price is to move through the cleared range, I mean, it can move through the cleared range, but again, at the same time, I'm trying to observe how price has been making this order block sort of stuff at the side. Now, this is something that afraids me, or that's something I'm going to be aware of, right? Because if price is entering this range, Maybe it's going to perform the same way. It's going to range that way. That could be the case. Very well be the case. Now, I think today's main attraction is going to be this advanced GDP. And tomorrow's main attractions, I think it's going to be the CPI. So it's going to be interesting. If the market's just going to range, or if there's no decent opportunity, I might call it a day. Why do I call it a day? Because it's the end of the month. Do I really want to gross another loss? Maybe no. Right? I mean, it's beautiful how I'm showing up in front of the market consistent. It's just a part of the experience and the disciplined process, right? Where you're showing up in front of the market every day, consistent, trying to see opportunities, experiencing the price action, and calling it a day. All these process adds up, right? All obviously adds up. But at the same time, I have no courtesy to trade. No, 100% no. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. Simple as that. On YouTube, Nishu has sent a chart. Let's just have a look at Nishu's chart here. Nishu is looking for buys above 153,500. Oh, that's nice. I'm looking for something similar. For sale, you're looking for you're looking to see if prices can close below 153,200. Interesting. In pound yen, I'm still bullish. My bias, I don't think I'm going to change my bias here for pound yen. I mean, gold seems like it's pushing up, but my bias can change in gold because the way it's moving, it's having a little hard time around this 1822.80. Look at the way the volume has died. In relation to the volume, the candle's body size is very small. So what does that tell me? It's actually having a hard time. So for the candles to push up, we need to see a strong 1-hour support or a 30-minute support to start with. Well, there is a 30-minute support, but the most recent 30-minute candle has rejected 1822.80. Now, does that mean I take a sell right now over here on the top? Maybe no, because that doesn't make sense, right? Selling at the very high, it doesn't make sense. The confidence is not there. So for me, the structures really matters. So as I said on a 15-minute, if I see candles closing below this area, I would call this 1820.25. So if candle starts closing below 1820.25, I will try and scale into sales.
Hello, Anuj. How are you?
Good, how are you, Mandish? How are you?
Yeah, not much. I'm doing well. Actually, can you show us, like, beginner traders, a strict risk management strategy?
Wow, that's an interesting question. So a risk management idea. Okay, so I'm going to make it as simple as I can, all right? So one of the most
Um,
simple risk management ideas to follow or a strict risk management regime will be to have like a 3 trades rule a day. So you can only, for example, when I started trading, I had a strict trading regime where I would call it a day when these things will happen. For example, the first case will be where I would have, let's say that was a winning day. I win, okay? So let's say I win once. Okay, I win once and the market is rangy. So I should be able to call it a day. There's no need to take a second trade. Now, another situation where I'll be winning twice, and I'll be so happy. I'll be like, oh man, I won so much today. It's like I took 2 trades, 2 ideas, and both of them worked. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, I should be able to call it a day. Now, the problem is when guys take 2 or 3 trades, 2 or 3 can easily go to another 4 and 5. Now, beginner traders or the traders who are starting just now fresh, they have to be able to call it a day. If they call it a day, they secure their bag, right? Now, these are the methods where you're trying to call it a day. The idea of calling it a day is very, very important. Now, another situation will be where you'll be taking 3 trades. Now, you already know your maximum trades a day is 3. Now, you cannot fuck it up. So when I say that, maybe you take 3 trades and only 2 are winners and 1 is a loser. Now, you cannot take that 4th trade. If you start stepping into that number 4, number 5, you're trying to fuck your mentality. You're telling yourself you're feeling FOMO. You're overtrading. Overtrading and over-risking is only a trait of a loser. So do you really want to be a loser, or do you want to be a winner? So if you want to be a winner, you have to call it a day after your 3 trades. Now, another situation will be where you will be losing once. Now, sometimes the market's ranging. You have to realize that, you know what? Oh, man, this is just another day. I just want to keep my losers less. Or I want to keep my losers small. So 1 loss, that's fine. I'm going to show up tomorrow pretty fresh, and when the market's going to be moving consistent, I can see my textbook structures. It's like I read my markets. I know support, resistance. Now it makes sense. Now I trade. Now, if it doesn't make sense, 1 trade, you lose, you call it a day. Simply call it a day. Calling it a day is one of the best resume. Maximum 3 trades, 1 loss, call it a day. Okay, you want to look for idea? Look for idea. Anticipate. And if it's a quality trade, then only take it. You have to define your quality trades. You have to define your funny trades. If you don't know what are your funny trades, you shouldn't be trading. You should define what is a funny trade, what is a confident setup. You have to define it. So, for example, when we sometimes trade, when we do live streams on the YouTube, there are some of the trades where we're like 80%, 90% confident about, and we take it every single time. Now, there are going to be days where these setups are not going to work. So what do? Do we overtrade? Do we revenge with the market? No, not at all. Because our resume says to us that, you know what, 3 trades a day, 3 idea maximum, and that's it. Now, another situation is going to be where you'll win 2 times. You're going to win 1 time, and 2 of the rest idea is going to be a loser. Now, 3 trades a day max, right? So you got to call it a day again. So calling it a day is the best. So in this 3 trades a day, maximum 3 trades a day rule, you're going to save your capital a lot. And on a bigger picture, you'll start realizing that, you know what, there is no necessity to even take a second trade. Because you will start taking only those quality trades that you believe in, and you will start knowing that, oh man, this is my volume time. This is the specific trade I've been taking for years. This is the specific trades we've been talking about. Hey, this guy Anuj on YouTube, man, this guy talks about support resistance. Been taking this setup, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But he is so strict on his regimen. He's like, you know what, 2 trades, that's it. 1 trade, that's it. Okay, bye-bye. When I secure my profit, I call it a day right away, because I don't want to be in front of the chart. If I'm going to be in front of the chart, if you go to a casino and stay in the casino, even if you don't bid, even if you don't gamble, there is a higher chance you're going to lose the money. So the longer you show up in the casino or longer you stay in a casino, there's a higher chance you're going to lose the money, because you're going to be tempted. You want to click that button, you want to say buy, you want to say sell, and you lose your money. So the best idea is to call it a day. That's one of the best resume. And about the risk, for example, a lot of beginner traders are that they don't understand the ideas about daily risk. Now, daily risk comes from how much you're actually comfortable losing. So one of the best percentage or one of the textbook percentage is some of the beginner traders, they use only 1% or even less than 1% in a day. Because at the beginning, they don't want to gain. They want to learn. That is the idea. They should adapt, right? They shouldn't be willing to earn. They should be they should be willing to learn then earn. Earn is like a byproduct of your excellence in learning Forex. If you learn Forex, if you learn daily risk, if you learn that, you know what, on a long term, if you preserve your capital, you're going to reach places. You are. So I hope I answered your question. So one of the resume is going to be let's just try and write it down here. For example, max 3 trades, 3 trades a day, right? One scenario. One loss, call it a day. These are the scenarios. These are the resumes, strict resumes. This is something you want. Max 3 trades a day. One loss, you call it a day. 2 loss, you call it a day. That's okay. It's fine. You don't need to find a profitable trade that day. There's no courtesy. There's no rule that you gotta win that day. No, you can call it a day. Come back next time when you're fresh, when everything makes sense. Now look at this. The candles in gold are moving up pretty bullish. Now this 15-minute candle closing above 1822.80 is a good sign for the next candle to push up. Now before the next candle could push up, I would love to see this candle making a low before moving up. So if the candles make a low, I'm going to keep an eye open for that sort of situation. Now, if the candle starts breaking high at this point in time and starts moving up, I mean, it's way too early to take a trade for me, honestly, because this is the first half of the hourly candle. I mean, if it's gonna move up and if it's gonna work for you guys, for somebody over there, I mean, beautiful. But yeah, I'm going to stay away from this right now. One 15-minute candle closing above that area is a good sign for the candles to push up, but I have to see candles retracing before moving up. That's what I want to see. Mandish, did I answer your question, or was it something to do with daily risk and stuff? Because I gave away a resume, a strict resume, right? Call it a day, call it a day, call it a day, call it a day, sort of a thing.
Yeah, that might answer the question. A few answers.
Yep.
Actually, I was looking for a different answer. Like during the trade, how do I cut the losses short?
Oh, how do you cut your losses short? Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's another important chapter. Interesting, isn't it? For example, the thing about cutting losses short is first thing what anybody has to realize is in a trade, So what my mentor or what my mentor's mentor always stressed on was they always wanted to see how they could lose less, right? Now a trader has to understand that a trade doesn't only have possibilities for win, or it doesn't only have a winning probability. You have to expect the worst out of a trade. That's how you'll be able to cut down losses short. For example, for me, one of the best ideas to cutting losses short is I let the candle grab its liquidity on its around its first few minutes, and after it's done its own thing, after it's made its mark, after, for example, let's say if I was taking a buy, right? So I'm gonna look into pound yen. I'm gonna give you an exact example. So, for example, if I was to take a buy around here, looking just at the hourly candle, obviously I'm not saying I'm taking a buy. It doesn't make sense for me to take a buy near 153.445 right now. But if I was to take a buy, the candle has made a low, right? Now, for my bias to be correct, let's say this was a bullish trend. This was a bullish trend, and I was expecting a buying sort of a scenario. And if I was correct, and if my market trend was correct, I'm saying that, you know what, market has to respect my structure. If the candle starts breaking the structure, not respecting the structure at any cost, that's when you have to start cutting down losses short. Now, sometimes it's too late to cut down losses short, right? Maybe you want to be able to cut down losses short in about 4 or 5 pips. Now, that's going to happen only when you're experienced in the market and you're willing to cut down at least half or at least some percentage of the market. And it comes after practice. Cutting down losses short comes with practice. But if I was taking a trade based fully on hourly, now to cut down losses short, I will go to the smaller time frame. That is 30-minute. Now, it's so easy, right? For example, if I took a buy here, let me show you an example. If this was the buying situation, if I bought here, right? And if my stop loss was somewhere around here, if my stop loss was here, now cutting losses short means losing less than what you applied. If I applied 13 pips, I want to lose less, maybe half of my risk. So one of the best ways is to cut down the volume. If this was a one lot trade, I have to cut down my position at least 50%, or maybe whatever I feel comfortable about. Maybe I'm comfortable cutting down 60%. Now, it's definitely up to me. There is no specific rule about cutting 50%, 15%, 30%. I mean, whatever you're comfortable cutting down, right? It's up to you. But you have to be comfortable with the mindset that, you know what, there could be something worse happening than that. So I'm fine bleeding less. So your references are basically going to be low. For example, if I took a buy and it's moving up, now my cutting down losses short idea will be coming into play once this candle starts breaking its low. That's going to be the first instance I'm going to cut down 50%, because that's in about 5 pips, and I'm okay about losing 5 pips rather than the 13 pips. It's simple as that. Very simple. Just look into this smaller time frame and you will realize that, you know what, maybe me cutting down this position right now is a better decision than getting fully stop loss hit. So that's one of the methods. And obviously, for the price to maintain a bullish structure, it has to kind of respect its own low, previous candle's low. If it's going to stop breaking the previous candle's low, I mean, it's just looking haphazard at that point in time. So buy may not make sense. So you have to ask yourself the question, where am I comfortable and where am I not comfortable? Once you start feeling uncomfortable, you got to start cutting down losses short. Now, the way it's moving, look at the candle. It's actually rejecting pretty abruptly. It's actually retracing pretty hard, pretty fast. Now, this is the first sign that, you know what, I'm going to close down maybe even my full position because the candles are moving pretty fast. Now, that comes with experience. You will start seeing candles moving with a really fast momentum, really fast, aggressive sort of a move. That's going to be your first signal that, you know what, I'm going to close down my position right here. Bang. And you just close down. You just see how it feels. And you don't overtrade. You don't follow up with that behavior with a overtrading situation. You just say that, you know what, oh man, it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. I just lost less than what I anticipated. So that is a winner on its own. That's a whole new different mindset, right? Bleeding less is way better than bleeding hard. Simple, simple, simple. If you took a trade based on a high time frame, go into the smaller time frame, look for lows and highs. If you took a buy, look for lows. If the lows are getting broken, just cut down your position right there because you want to be able to cut down your position. Simple, simple, simple. Okay, so Sun says B. I don't know what that means. Mr. Sun says BBB. So that is the thing. That is the thing about cutting down losses short. Comes with experience. Start observing previous candles low. Start observing the structure. I mean, if I took a buy here, there is no business in candles closing below 153.240. If any of the candles starts closing below 153.240, I'm going to close down the position. Simple as that. You have to set a strong mind. You have to define the rule to yourself. There's nothing changing the rule. Now look at this. The candles are breaking the low, right? Now at that point in time, for example, if I had taken a trade, I closed the position, right? Now it turns out to be a good decision, isn't it? So simple as it is. Mandish, did I answer your question or was there anything else? Was there any other detail you wanted to know?
Yes. That's what I want to hear. Actually, on the gold trade, sometimes it's just so fast. You can't even close anything. It's a stop loss.
Yeah, man, gold, practicing risk management on gold is pretty hard, to be honest. Because for example, sometimes what happens is your trade is correct, but it starts moving against you so fast. So what do? You can't do nothing. It's like pretty tricky. Gold is pretty tricky. So on gold, beginner traders out there. I know there are unicorn traders out there who trade with no stop loss. If somebody trades with no stop loss, I don't know what you guys are doing. That's a silly idea. Especially when trading gold, man, beginner traders out there. There's nothing like stop hunt and bullshit and unicorn, whatever. Stop loss is there to protect your account. Now, one of the best ways to protect your account and manage risk in gold is using a dynamic risk sort of a idea where you'll be opening, for example, I usually open up 2 positions or 3 positions. Now, I'm comfortable clicking the X button when there's 3 positions opened up. But the lot size is going to be divided. For example, if I was trading 1 lot, or if I was trading, let's say 2 lots, if I open up 2 positions on a 1 lot, it's going to be 0.5 and 0.5, and I'm going to be way faster closing down 0.5. Right now, this is good also for the guys who don't have EAs. Just close the position, bang bang, just close. Right? Again, in gold, it's a similar idea. It moves fast, but you have to take fast decision too now because you want to beat your opponent. If your opponent is too fast, now you should be able to execute faster. That's the idea. But gold risk management, to be honest, waiting for the candles because it moves so fast. It's a little bit tricky, right, Mandish? It's a little bit tricky.
Yes, on gold, actually, we normally take trades on 5-minute time frame on gold. So we had to look at 1 minute for risk management.
Yes.
Do we look for 1 minute?
Yep. The textbook definition of risk management. You look into, if you take a trade on a higher time frame, look into the smaller time frame for early signals, and that early signal is something you learn over time. And a textbook definition of signal will be looking at the previous candle's low, looking at the previous candle's high. If you took a buy, if the candle starts breaking the previous candle low, maybe you take a decision over there that, you know what, this is the time I'm going to close some percentage of my account because I'm uncomfortable. So the idea behind risk management is just that if you're uncomfortable, you close down the position. If you're comfortable, I mean, it is what it is, right? Now, it definitely depends on where somebody is standing. But again, at the same time, Mandish, that's the answer. If a trade has been taken in a high time frame, it's a good idea to look into smaller time frame for risk management. All right, so Sun says, what is an order block? Sun, I don't have a lot of expertise on order block, but I actually read about order blocks and I do have some information. So I'm not going to share partial information, right? But order blocks, I mean, it's, I don't know how much of a accurate observation can you do on an order block. I mean, there are some of the traders out there who are profitable trading with ideas about order block in and whatnot, but I am okay without order block. Yeah, there are resources out there about order blocks. A lot of resources. I think order block has a lot to do with volume contraction and stuff. Usually around a volume time. For example, this right here, a lot of people call this and contraction on an hourly time frame. On the other hand, this just seems like a range, right? So the price is ranging from here to here. But some of the guys call it contraction. Some of the guys call it, oh, you know what, this is an order block. So
Yeah,
they
no.
look. Hey, how's it going?
Have you seen gold yet?
Yep, I'm looking at gold in my terminal, man. It's just pushing up.
Crazy, dude.
I
It
know.
spiked up in like 20 seconds.
I know.
I hate trades like this because they're so good, but they're tough.
Yeah, 100%, man. Especially around the end of the month, you know, we should be eased. I mean, I get your feeling. I'm so frustrated looking at gold. So frustrated right now because my bias was a buy above 1822.80, right? And the 15-minute candle closed above, but I wanted this 15-minute candle to retrace before moving up, but it just shoot up like boom, 30 pips above the high in the first half of the hourly candle. It's like pretty solid. Pretty solid. Mr. Gold is moving up. Pound yen is ranging for now. I want to see a downside move. Downside move on pound yen now at this point in time because it's having a really hard time moving up. I wanted to see a buying sort of a situation above 153.445, but it's actually having a hard time moving up. Now, San was talking about order block, right? Now, look at this. San, can you see this contraction or can you see this consolidation here, side by side, right? Now, some of the guys look into these sort of stuff, and what they observe is they basically look into how a sideways structure, and they want to see break of this structure around volume time, basically like support and resistance, and especially contractions like this around a significant level. For example, here, look at this. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Where is the example? Good example of contraction. Good example of contraction. I used to look at contractions in gold on a 5-minute and a 1-minute before. So look at here. Look at here. This is a support area. This is a strong support area. This support area is from around daily time frame, if I'm not wrong. Let's look at daily time frame. All right, so daily 4-hour. Yeah, looks like a weekly. Is that a weekly area? Weekly area. Yeah, that's a weekly area, right? Now look at this. This gray area is a roughly drawn weekly support area, right? Now this area right here is a roughly drawn weekly support area. Now, if you look into the previous weekly candle, the way it moved up, look at the retracement. That tells us that, you know what, there's a heavy bullish pressure. The amount of fluctuations in the buyers and sellers around this area is so significant. So when this candle finished bullish, I would expect the next candle to move up too, following some of the characteristics from this candle. Now, at that point in time, order blocks, guys, they would definitely hunt for contraction. So a contraction or a consolidation is somewhere around here. Look at this. So this is my weekly support area. Where is my weekly support area? So this is a weekly support area, this area right here, right? Now, if I have to go into a 15 or a 30, some of the guys base themselves on a 15, some of the guys base themselves on a 30. Now, this is a valid contraction from here to here, just contracting, just ranging. So basically, when prices range for some time, it's going to break out in some sort of direction, right? So this breakout on the upside couldn't sustain. So basically, they will still base themselves on this previous contraction, previous order block, whatever this is, And when the candles start pushing up with significant volume, that's the time when they enter. That's the time when they enter. So they see big candles and they say, oh, okay, so the contraction finally is being broken. Now they enter when they see range and break the range. Now they base themselves with a higher time frame, a support or resistance sort of a level. So this was a support area. They base themselves according to this, and they will look at the order flow. They will say, oh, this was the area where a lot of buyers involved, and they're going to say, oh, you know what, we are going to enter with the smart money. They coin a lot of things like smart money and stuff. I mean, it doesn't fully make sense, smart money, because you never know where smart money was involved, or some of the people don't even understand the ideas about smart money. What is a smart money and stuff? So order block people will be looking to take buys above this area, and they're gonna take buys 100%, take a buy around here. And for our price action support and resistance, also it kind of makes sense on the break of the high. I mean, high volume candles, why not? There's a clear traffic on the left hand side, let's take a buy. Boom. It kind of makes sense. These are some of the things about order blocks, but yeah, definitely have to look into it more. Yeah, but contraction ranges are something to look into. Right now, previous 15-minute candles closing bearish, rejecting the top price at this point of time. I mean, I was looking for buys above 153.445, and the candles are retracing. And guys, I'm right here. We are going to experience the market open in the next 27 minutes, and we are still waiting. All right, so reflective detail says no gold sells. Yeah, definitely no gold sells when the candles are moving up, man. No gold sells when the candles are moving up. Oh my God. Candles are busting up. Candles are busting up. Now, sun. If you look into this contraction, this is really interesting. Look at this. I mean, I really don't focus on this stuff a lot, right? It's more technical, more fun, more price action detailed sort of instrument. I mean, order blocks and stuff. But look at this contraction. This is something interesting, right? So for example, from here to here, specific here to here, this contraction. Look at this. Let me make it more precise. From here to here, a simple box. Simple box. All right. Now price started closing up with volume, and boom. They basically base themselves on this sort of idea. Look for range, look for contraction, look for a high volume time. When something like this happens, they base themselves in that bias. Take a buy, take a sell, and that's it. Let's look for another contraction. Oh, another contraction around here. This is an ugly contraction. Look at this. Look at this one. Candle started moving up. Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, it's pretty interesting. Look at the contraction here. Look at the contraction here. Look at this, and look at this. Interesting, right? Wow, gold is moving up pretty hard.
Where are you looking to buy on gold? Above 1832? Oh my God, it's clear range.
I know there's a clear range, but again, there's there's
300,
advanced.
300 pips.
Yeah, I know. There's advanced GDP sort of news 1 hour from now, 54 minutes from now. Right, it's kind of interesting. If any of the 4 hour candle closes above 1829, there's a higher chance the candles can actually push up. Higher chance, because there's a clear range. Simple clear range. Simple clear range. So I'm thinking about buys above 1832. 1832.10. Let's see. 1832.10.
Did you have a look at that news on inflation?
No, there was a news. I haven't even had a look at the inflation.
No,
No.
no. The inflation increased, I guess. Today gold is going up, maybe.
Yeah, in the Aussie market was talking about the same thing too. Did you have a look? I just saw the news.
Oh, no, yeah, in Forex factor. Look at that. Um,
Powell in near-term risk to inflation, probably
I
to
saw it
upside.
somewhere.
Ooh, inflation is running well above our target. Oh no. To be higher. GDP on track for fast increase in decades. Federal Reserve issues a policy statement. I haven't got a chance to have a look actually. Thank you for reminding. I'm going to have a look at the statements and stuff, and we'll see what's going to happen. Consumer Price Index. Interesting. Powell in near-term risk to inflation probability upside. Fed Powell has confidence that inflation would fall in the medium term. So he's talking about the second quarter, and this is the second quarter. And if inflation is to drop in medium term, is he talking about? The second quarter? March, April, Jan, Feb. May, June, August. So he's talking about inflation dropping in within August, or he's talking about good rates, right? He's talking about good market rates. So when we consider rising rate, we should think about framework test. Okay, interesting. It's framework. Interesting. Pretty interesting. I'll have a look. Fitzpowell inflation is running well above our target. Okay. Wow. Probably this must have moved the market yesterday in gold. All of the movement. So was that yesterday's movement? Yesterday's shock effect? Look at the liquidity graph. It almost seems as if this was a new supply area right here. Pretty interesting, to be honest. All right, guys. So we are observing. New York market open here again at the same time. Just give me a second. Mandish, just hop on the mic. Mandish and Giger, just hop on the mic, guys. Just take over. I'm gonna be back. Just give me a second. All right. Just take over and just keep on hosting it. I'll be back.
All right. Hello guys, how are you?
Hey man, all good?
All good, man. How you doing? You good?
Yeah, man, doing fine. Missed
Yeah,
that trade on gold. Damn.
yeah. It was a pretty good trade, but yeah, missed the entry too fast.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you looking at gold today? Which levels?
Well, yeah, I'm looking for buys. I actually have the same levels marked here. Probably close right now above 1828.
1828.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have another level marked till 1832. So I
Yeah,
believe,
that's a good level, to be honest. Uh,
yeah,
I've marked 1832, so if the 4 hourly candle closes above, there's a way clear traffic
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
in and around um, 300 pips.
No, would be almost 50 pips
50
from,
pips?
yeah, from 18, ah, well, above 1832, you
Yeah,
said.
yeah, above 1832, almost 300 pips.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Above 1832 would be a nice trade. Yeah,
Hope this
almost
4 hourly
300.
candle closes above it.
Yeah, let's wait.
Yeah, and the inflation, if the inflation is more than expected, we can see the gold rising up.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
That's what I'm looking right now. And I believe gold could make now a retest, and probably will be looking for short buys, like I told you, above 1828 till 1832, and then from 1832 till, let me check,
Yeah,
till 1862.
yeah, 1832. That's the best thing I've been waiting today. Look at the daily candle, man. It doesn't have a bottom wick, lower wick. It just went up.
Yeah, straight up.
Actually, when this candle opened, I was looking on the chart, gold chart. It's morning. It's 7 a. It's like 7 a.m. here when the candle starts. So I was at work, and then I wanted to take a trade above the previous candle's high, but it just broke.
Yeah, it didn't make like any reaches or anything, just went up.
Yeah, yeah, just went up. So didn't want to trade, but I should have traded. I'll keep that in mind from now. This went so high.
Yeah. And what do you trade? Do you trade only gold or you trade
No,
also other pairs?
I trade gold, GZ,
Mm-hmm.
and USD CAD. I've been looking at USD CAD.
Mm-hmm.
It's not been long, but USD CAD, it's kind of what should I say? It's kind of a great price action when it breaks the levels. If you can check in your terminal USD CAD, if you look at hourly or 4 hourly candles, it normally just ranges every time, and when it breaks, man, you get all the profit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
that's
going
true.
back.
Yeah, actually, that's really true. When it's a start consolidating, you
Yeah,
can mark up the levels, and once it breaks, it just rallies.
I took a sales today at break of yesterday's candles low. It went like 60 pips,
Oh yeah,
and
great trade.
it's in a support level now. If it breaks, it's going down more 120 pips. This trade normally doesn't give us trades. It's just like once in a week
Mm-hmm.
we get one trade, but it's a good trade.
Yeah, there's when the patients
Yeah.
start paying.
This normally I don't look at it. I just put an alert and just leave it. Which pairs do you trade?
I trade gold, GJ, and GU.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes I look at USD CAD and EJ, but just for correlation. I mean, I don't trade any of them.
Oh,
I just watch them because actually USD CAD moves to the contrary of GU. I don't know if you have noticed, but when USD CAD start going down, GU starts going up. It's always
oh,
like that.
okay. I didn't know that because I took my second trade, I think, in USD CAD today, and
Hmm?
I had a buy on GJ, and the buy was playing out, and USD CAD, it was sales and it was going down. Both were working at the same time. Okay.
Yep.
With GJ as
Actually,
well.
yeah, GJ as well.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes with USD CAD, it actually helps me not to take a trade because when they are moving the same way as GU,
Mm-hmm.
I prefer just to stay away. And I have noticed that that actually helps me. But when they are moving in in in
Opposite
different ways,
direction.
in
Uh-huh.
opposite directions, correct? That actually helped me have a good trade.
Okay. I will try that as well. I'll have a look.
Yeah, you can check it out. Actually, right now, USD CAD is like going a little bit up, and GU just retraced in that. So yeah, it's interesting.
Mm. Do we have news? Do we have news today? I will check. Yeah,
Yeah.
GDP, advanced GDP, unemployment claims. Which session do you trade normally?
I only trade in New York.
New
Sometimes I
York.
trade Asia, but not a lot of times actually. I actually like to stick to only one session, and it's New York.
Okay.
What
Um,
do you what do you trade? Do you trade
normally
London?
I normally trade London every day, and sometimes I don't get the trades. Then I come to New York. Nowadays it's
Oh, I
happening.
see.
I get this one or two trades, and then the third are New York.
Ah, okay, awesome.
Let's see, we get a trade. Yesterday, man, it was a long wait. Yesterday.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was.
And I am back again. I am back again. All right, so gold. What is gold doing right now, Mr. Gold? We are 9 minutes away from the market open, and gold is retracing right now. Again, interesting scenario. Pretty interesting scenario because 1829 is a daily resistance. Daily resistance, and the price is retracing at this point of time. 4-hour candle is still hanging around there. This is a 4-hour resistance, 1822.80. So I have to see how price is going to react around this area. In the next 38 minutes, we have this advanced GDP. So that's going to be something that's going to move the economy here. And that is going to be interesting. And for now, pound yen 4-hour candle has flipped bullish. I mean, there is a chance, higher chance for the candles to flip. GU, sorry, this is GU. GU is looking pretty bullish too. I mean, in GU, if the prices are going to move up with high volume, obviously GU is also going to range, or the market is going to wait for that advanced GDP, because GBPJPY is the code currency, and that's going to move GBPUSD in some sort of direction too. But we do have clear traffic on the left hand side above 139.995. Man, in about 100 pips of range on the upside. So GBPUSD is pretty bullish. GBPAUD, let's look at GBPAUD and see what's happening in GBPAUD. Mr. GBPAUD is hanging around there, ranging side by side at this point in time, also making some sort of support, respecting the support area. If this is a support area in GBPAUD, I would call this 1884.25, and on the left hand side, man, I can't see the left hand side traffic. I actually noted down the traffic from the from yesterday's research, right? Let me see if I have the same levels here. Yep. So 18,9,200 was a rejection level that the price rejected off of yesterday. And let me actually erase this. And yesterday, one of the rejection level were 18,905. Right? No, yesterday. Yep. Let me see if I can actually erase this. So for now, this is the most recent support zone, recent support level, 1884.40, and price is still hanging around there in GBPAUD. And previous 2-hour candle closed bullish above this resistance area, and there is a higher chance for this current 2-hour candle to actually move up. If this candle starts flipping bullish because it has made its low already, there is a higher chance it can actually continue up. So from the current price all the way till this rejection area, it's in about 24 pips, all the way to 1890-200. It's in about 30 pips range on the upside. So I would love to see candles flipping bullish. I mean, I'm thinking about taking a buy in GBPAUD actually. Let's see what's going to happen. Oh, there's a rejection area right here on an hourly. Maybe no. On a 2-hour time frame, it looks way smooth. On a 2-hour time frame, it looks way smooth. Also 4-hour, to be honest, looks way smooth for price to actually continue up, because the most recent price action is that we actually bounced off of a 4-hour support level. So if this 4-hour candle is to flip bullish and stay bullish, and if the next 4-hour candle, if not this 4-hour candle, does have a higher chance with New York volume to actually retest that high, this high, yesterday's daily high, right? And the current daily candle, let's see what the current daily candle is looking like in pound AUD. So the current daily candle is also bullish, which is good, because on the 4-hour time frame, we've seen support, proper support, respecting this level right here. So my bias in pound AUD is sort of a buy. So just have to see how the New York market's going to move it. But again, at the same time, the market must be awaiting for that advanced GDP sort of a news. So we will see. Definitely we will see. And above 18,900 sort of level, from here all the way up to this level, the range, is the range is in about 68 pips range. So why not, right? So today I'm not going to miss. I'm definitely not going to miss on pound AUD buys if that's going to happen. Buys above. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Clear buys. Clear buys. Let's see if I see an hourly candle, 30-minute, 15-minute candle close above this area. I'm going to look and see how I can take a buy. For now, the candles are in a range and we are 3 minutes away from the market open. But if the market open is going to drive the price up, man, it's going to be interesting here. Really interesting. Really, really interesting. So either it's going to be pound GPY or pound AUD. Pound GPY or pound AUD.
So Anush, you've given up on gold?
Well, not really. I'm looking at gold from the sidelines. The way it's moving, it's pretty high. So for me to take a buy, I need to see a support first thing, right? And again, in the next 32 minutes, we have this advanced GDP. I've seen GDP moving gold, man. I've seen it moving. So I don't know if it's going to move today, but I've seen gold moving heavily around GDP's release. So, and I think it's going to be really good numbers for US dollars, and and gold moving up right now doesn't make sense in the back of my head, because if GDP is going to be good, investors are going to just push the gold down, you know, and that's just my thought process. So I'm going to wait. Rather, I'll look into minor pairs like pound AUD and pound JPY, because maybe there's only going to be some sort of shock effects in this sort of pair, and there's going to be more volume in the market. So hopefully we're going to get more consistent move in pound JPY and pound AUD than gold. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll see. Oh, look at this, beautiful. Look at the way the current hourly candle is finishing, right? In the next 10 seconds, if this hourly candle finishes bullish, the bias is buys, 100% buy, no doubt. Let's see. If any of the candle manages to close above 153.445, let's see, I'm also opening up my pound AUD here. Pound AUD, pound AUD, pound AUD. Wow, previous 1 hour candle closed bullish. Interesting. And the current hourly candle is still hanging around there, trying to break the high at this point in time. I think there's going to be some experience of New York volume right now. It's going to be interesting if the price is going to move up. My bias is buy right now. The bias hasn't changed yet in pound JPY. Buys above 153.445, where I'm going to be a little confident than here. Obviously, if this current hourly candle, in the other hand, if this current hourly candle wicks down like the previous brother candle, so when I say brother candle, look at this. Look at the wick. Look at the previous wick here. If this current candle is going to do something similar, it's clearly telling me it's rejecting the bottom price, and it's just going to move up. That's what it's telling me, right? Now, at this point in time, the candle is breaking the high, which is a good sign for the candles to push up. But I have to see candles close above 153.445, at least a 15-minute candle close. So kind of staying relaxed here. Let's see.
Anuj.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's have a look at gold 15-minute chart. Gold 15 minutes.
Yes, sir.
So it's kind of making some kind of market structure, you know?
Yep, it is. It is.
So if this candle breaks the high of the near resistance to the top,
yep,
is it okay for buys? If there was no news, let's suppose, just reading the chart.
Okay, so if there was no news and if this was a regular time to trade, for example, I would have traded right here. If this was a regular time, I would have taken an entry right on the break of this high. And that was going to be my ideal entry, right on the break of this high. Nothing else, just right on the break of the high. Bang, bang. I will take an entry and I'll secure 40 pips. That's it. That's it. On the break of this high, honestly, above 1822.80. I was talking about it forever. I was actually talking about it forever, right? So obviously, 1829 is a rejection area, which is funny. And 1822.80 is also a rejection area, another rejection area, right? The only thing in my mind will be that, you know what? If I'm going to take a gold trade on the break of the high, it's an impulsive trade. I would secure one time in 10, 12 pips. That'll be the only thing. So I'll be securing the profits, either securing the profits or closing the position in drawdown. That'll be that'll be the only thing in my head. I would have taken an entry on the break of high here, right around here, either a position around here, around 1823.62, or either a position around here. Because this is a news event, sort of a time, I didn't take entry because I was believing that, you know what, I've seen in past market just ranging before the price action, before the news event. And I wasn't expecting such a volume, to be honest. I wasn't. If the candles were to push anywhere, I was expecting the candles to push down. That was my thought. So it didn't allow me to build that confidence to take a buy. So right now it's moving up, which is good, but I'm still not confident. I'm still not confident because we have this news around the clock. And if you look into the 15-minute, to be honest, 15-minute is ranging right now. It seems as if it's making a structure. It seems as if it's making a support level, but it's kind of ranging side by side. So I'm not talking at people from the position, but honestly, for me, it's a no-no. Honestly, it's a no-no. It's just a simple no-no. My sixth senses are telling me, man, stay out of gold. Beep, 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 beep. Stay out of gold. Beep, 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 beep. So I'm staying out of gold. Oh, look at this. Look at the current hourly candle. It's actually doing a beautiful movement right now. If this hourly candle retraces even deeper, like the previous brother candle here, this candle is going to move up, man. On the flip of this candle, I'm going to take a position. Only if there's nothing happening side by side. For example, in the next 26 minutes, because this hourly candle has another 55 minutes to move, right? So if the first half of this hourly candle retraces, which actually makes sense because the first half is only the news event time, and after the news event, maybe if the candle starts reversing up, man, that's going to be the best because that's going to be the volume time and the candles are going to push up. So I would see if I can take buys above 153.445 or even early if the candles move the way I want it to, right? So I'm actually appealed by pound JPY and pound AUD at this point in time. So gold, I mean, yeah, I'm just observing gold. You know, if this is an opportunity I could have capitalized off of, I'm just gonna let it happen as it is, and I'm gonna only attack. I'm going to attack such a price action next time, not today. Today is like gold is a big no-no, big no-no for me. Oh, we got Jamil here. Oh, Jamil is here in the house today. Mr. Jamil is in the house.
Yeah, man. What's up?
Good. Jamil, how are you? Good?
Just working in the background here whilst listening to you.
That's good.
So you're waiting on your famed GA today, huh?
Yep, GA and GJ.
Still have faith in GJ, huh?
What did you say?
You still have faith in GJ.
Yeah, I mean, I have to see. 100% have to see. Yeah, I kind of have an ugly feeling in GJ. I think the way it has moved today. I mean, if the traffic, if the candles are going to correct all of the traffic from today's market, it's going to be really funny. If all of a sudden an hourly candle starts closing below 153.240 after the news event, maybe today's pump is going to be corrected. So we will see. We will see if the bias is going to change. For now, it's looking good. The way it's moving, it's beautiful, because this hourly candle is trying to do what the previous brother candle did, and we will see. We will definitely see. All right, so just to kill the suspense and just to relax a little bit, I'm gonna play a little bit of music here. And all right. Boys, I'm here at the background, so if there's anything, just ask me, all right? I'm in the background. And we are still waiting. So we are 15 minutes away from the GDP sort of a report here. And Mr. Gold is making 15-minute supports. So 15-minute support has been seen in gold. Interesting. Wow. A support has been seen in about 14 minutes before the news here. GDP expecting good numbers. Good numbers. Second quarter report. We will again see another quarter of extraordinary growth, likely over 7. So they're actually expecting good numbers, and there has been a lot of optimism about US recovery and stuff. I think the news is going to be good, and if the news is technically good, I mean, gold should actually drop down, right? Today or tomorrow. I mean, if not today's news, maybe the CPI is going to pump gold's prices down, because CPI, the last CPI, PPI I remember, NFP I remember was good. Was actually pretty solid. So on YouTube, I asked the guys saying, "What do you think GJ will go?" And 5 of the people have voted, and 60% of the people say it's going down. 60%, majority of people think GJ is going down. Ooh, interesting. Majority of people think it's going down. All right, now 50% of the people think it's going up. 50% of the people think it's going down. Now it's a sudden death. Sudden death. Let's see. Eight minutes before the news. And gold is starting to retrace. Interestingly. Six more minutes left for the news. Only 6 more minutes. All right, so 8 of the people on YouTube have voted, and 62% of the people think GJ is going down. Majority of the people think GJ is going down. It's quite interesting. 62% of the people think it's going down. Three minutes away from the market news. Let's see, and pound AUD is flipping up, which is good. Pound AUD is slowly flipping to my direction here. This is nice. And this is the advanced GDP right now. Let's see how gold is going to move. Gold. Oh, my trading view is paused. Wow. Let's look at the numbers. All right, so the numbers are technically nice, technically better than previous, but not as good as expected. Ooh, maybe the news was priced in. So look at this. Previously, this is a delicate situation right here. Previously, it was 6.4%, and they were expecting really good numbers, high numbers, but the numbers turned out to be technically nice than before, technically good than before by 0.1%, but not as good as expected. And the unemployment claims, a lot of people have been claiming, right? So previously 419K claims. Now they were expecting good numbers. It's technically good than before, but not as good as they expected. So technically both of the datas, they're saying to us that, you know what? I mean, US dollars looking good, technically looking good, but it's bad because it's not as good as they expected. So interesting. This is going to be a really interesting maneuver here. Oh, look at the prices in gold. Gold's pushing up right now. It's very interesting. I am not in any sort of position. It's just interesting for me to see how price is going to react around this area, 1829 and 1822.80. It's actually interesting. Market is pretty volatile. Probably the news is just being synced in. So there hasn't been any decisive movement yet. So market is pretty rangy. And pound yen, if you look into the previous pound yen 30-minute candle, it's very interesting because the previous 30-minute candle closed with no wick at the bottom. So that tells me that, you know what, there is potential no range on the downside for the price to close into. This dip inside this 153.230 sort of a level could only be a liquidity grab before the market could push down. If pound yen is pushing down, we will see, but my bias in pound yen hasn't changed yet. If any of the 15-minute, 30-minute candle starts closing below this area, then I'll look to see if I can take sells. But until then, I'm still basing myself on a buying sort of a scenario. We will see. We are 30 minutes away from the market open. So 30 minutes away. So 30 minutes in the market. Sorry, not away. We are 30 minutes in the market. And the hourly candle is retracing up pretty heavy at this point in time. Retracing up pretty heavy.
Hello, Anuj.
Hello.
Okay, I'll be calling it a day now.
Are you calling it a day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be here for another 10-15 minutes. If the candles doesn't start flipping bullish, I might even call it a day because it's the end of the month. You know, obviously, I feel like GG is going to move up later, but I'm not going to be here for a long too, honestly.
All right. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, man. See you tomorrow. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. On YouTube, YJ Dem says, I got stopped out on gold. Ooh, man. Oh no. That's not interesting. Being stopped out, is it? And the 30-minute in this current hourly in this pound yen sort of structure right now is pretty bearish below 153.230. For my bias of buy to be valid, I need this candle to reject the bottom and start moving up above 153.230. If that's not going to happen, I mean, it's kind of funny right now, especially we are 7 minutes away, only 7 minutes in away from the unemployment claims, and the unemployment claims are a little delicate, sort of a technical situation there. Even the GDP, so we will see how the market's going to move in the next few minutes. Obviously, I will be calling it a day in the next 10-12 minutes because there's no use of hanging around the charts when the price action is so funny, especially around the end of the month. So I'm more than happy to call it a day. So right now, still waiting. Candles, pound yen moving down nice and slow. Pretty nice and slow. Pretty nice and slow. Oh, and pound yen is rejecting that bottom at this point in time. Rejecting the bottom, rejecting that support area, trying to flip bullish. That's a good sign. That's actually a good sign. So maybe in the next 45 minutes around the NYSE, we'll see the real push. So the real push will be seen around the NYSE. NYSE. Hourly candle, 17 minutes left for its close, and then it's bearish, has broken some lows here, broken the support area, recent support area as well at the same time. So I have to see how it's going to finish in the next 17 minutes. In the next 17 minutes. And GJ hourly candle has 6 more minutes left for its close. If the hourly candle stays bearish below 153 230, I mean, it's not a good sign for a buy. But again, this could be a relief rally before the candles could push up. And I think the candles are going to push up in the next 40 minutes. That's what I think. NYSE. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it an early day here. I'm going to be here for the next 2 minutes and I'm going to call it a day. If YouTube guys have any sort of question, I'm happy to answer that. If anybody has any sort of question. Otherwise, I mean, this is it. Rangy market. Our IG Dem says your IG. YG. My Instagram handle is peelingmindset. The same as the channel name. All right, so this is the first 30-minute candle that closed below 153.230 level. If this 30-minute candle stays bearish and the next 30-minute candle retraces up and retests the previously broken support level and starts moving down, that could be a selling opportunity right there in a pound yen. 30 minutes away from the NYSE. I mean, if this is a potential fake out on the downside, on the other hand, I mean, there could be further push up. But right now, candles are printing bearish. So it's kind of interesting. All right, Mohammed 20 on YouTube says, man, how long have you been trading? I have been trading for, I think it's going to be 4 years. October, a total of 4 years. First few years off, on and off, obviously, was flipping money back then. It's a funny idea when I look into it now. Was flipping money, but right now trading for consistent results, and it's been pretty well. So now look at the way the 30-minute candle is retracing up, right? So if this candle rejects the previously broken support level, starts moving down, it's amazing. Sales can be a valid idea, but if this candle starts closing above 153.230, this could be a fake out on the downside. And if that is a fake out on the downside, the price is going to move up, man. Look at the way it's moving up right now. There's a high chance it's going to push up. Ooh, look at this. If the candle starts breaking the previous candle's high, starts closing above 153.445, my bias, ultimate bias, could be correct. My ultimate bias could be correct. It's breaking the previous candle's high at this point in time, and it's flipping bullish. It's looking pretty good, to be honest. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Yep, GJ is pumping up here. I mean, gold can push down this choke, but I don't know, man. You gotta send me a chart. You gotta send me a chart. Wow. Gold is pumping up here at this point in time. No signs of pushing down at this point in time, just pumping up. Still is in a range. I would love to see candles closing above. But yep, I think the candles are going to push up with NYSE volume here. YG Dem says how to send a chart. You have to go into trading view, click on the camera icon, and don't send me the full link. Only send me the extension. Nishchu knows how to send a chart. Nishchu, can you help these guys how to send a chart? It's in the description too, but I mean, yeah. Maybe Nishchu can help you. Yep, pound yen is pushing up here. Mr. Pound yen is pushing up. Pound yen is pushing up. Pushing up. Yes, sir. Pound yen is pushing up. Alright, so Son Bryson has sent a chart. Let's have a look at Son Bryson's chart here. This is Son Bryson's chart. So what are you looking at? Are you looking for pound yen sell? Is that what you say? Or are you looking for a buy? What are you looking at? You guys, you gotta note down the ideas. Come on, guys. You have to kind of present your idea in the best way possible. Express your ideas, your thought process. You have to write down. For example, I'm going to give you guys a simple example, okay? Maybe I have one of the examples of the chart. Let's have a look. All right, so I do have an idea here. Let's see. Maybe this is a good journal. Let's see. Oh no, there's another one. Let's see. Yep, pound yen is pushing up. Mr. Pound Yen is pushing up. Mr. Pound Yen is pushing up. So apparently this is one of the labelings, right? Let's have a look at this labeling right here. One of the labelings right here. Oh, this is not clear at all. This is ugly. This is ugly. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this one. Let me see. So yeah, you gotta point out your ideas. Maybe you gotta write recent support. Maybe you have to tell me, are you looking for a buy? And you have to say, oh, 30-minute made a high or whatever. You have to convey your message. Point out your message properly. Point out your message properly. And right now, pound yen is just bullishing up. Beautiful. Alrighty, so guys, I think I'm gonna call it a day here. I'm still looking for buys, but I think I'm gonna call it a day here. So hopefully you guys catch the buys above 153.445. Until next time, I'm gonna call it a day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. CPI. Until then, take it easy. Have a beautiful day, and don't overtrade. Don't over risk. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Okay, maybe a possible buy, who knows, above 153.445. But until then, take it easy. Tomorrow, same time, 6:30 a.m. EST time. Take care. Take care, everybody. Take care. And please spread the word about the channel to your friends. So please say to your friend that, you know what, hey, there's a dude doing New York session stream and he talks about different ideas. Obviously today it was not a lot of action. We didn't take a lot of trades. But again, forward this channel to your friends so that we can actually grow the community. And thank you for your love and support. You guys are amazing. Okay, so have a beautiful day. I'll see you guys next time.